It's been an entire year since Trailblazer Reloaded, but we are back. Leagues 5, The Raging Echoes, is only a few weeks away. Let the countdown begin. Day 4 revealed the Arcane Grimoire, a relic of an unknown tier. This relic will give you the ability to use all spells across all spellbooks and all prayers regardless of regions, quests, or other requirements, and it acts as a Book of the Dead. Thank God we finally have a short reveal to cover. Let's start with the combat implications. It's a buff to melee without having to take Kandrin, and both mage and range without taking Kourend. Additionally, you get some free DPS with Thralls and Vengeance. Finally, the Grimoire gives a lot of flexibility for swapping between different types of magic if that's your main damage source. You could be bursting in the Monkey Room of TOA and switch to Fire Surge for Kefri. Outside of combat, there's the obvious benefit of being able to easily get around the game with significantly more teleports. It's easy to forget how many places you can go instantaneously in your Portal Nexus until it's gone. So how could this change how you think about routing? Well, I think first it gives more evidence that all players will be in more of a hybrid state. I think specifically the prayer perspective is a play to let players have top DPS prayers without being forced to Kourend and Kandrin. It also balances out mage across the region, so you're not stuck only doing the standard spellbook if you don't want to take Desert. That being said, it could just be there to add additional flexibility to a mage build, not needing Kandrin. But I think this trend points towards all players using all combat styles. Even if it were just to help out mage, you still don't have Wrath Runes for the standard book or Astral Runes for the lunar book, except for some niche drops. We'll have to see what tier this is and what it goes up against, but I think this is pretty underwhelming. Unless other perks or masteries buff Thralls with the DPS that players are usually outputting in leagues, I don't think micromanaging spellbooks is going to be that important. Piety is good, don't get me wrong, and don't freak out when I say this, but when you're doing the type of damage we were last leagues, the incremental difference between Piety and Superhuman Strength is not that important, and taking an entire region for a prayer is wild. If it's between this and Golden God in a Tribird focused league, I'd take Grimoire in a heartbeat, but with teleport relics and so many teleports on a spellbook usually being focused on the area it's unlocked in, minimal DPS upgrades for Thralls, and meaningful but not game-breaking DPS increases, this really doesn't change much for me. Finally, I'll say this. I think some of these perks are starting to smell a bit like Leagues 3. After the original Trailblazer, everybody loved it, but people complained about not getting the perfect meta build. Then they got rid of regions, so everyone could have everything, and everyone will tell you it was the worst league so far. Part of the whole gimmick of leagues is making hard choices between things you want and making what comes along or doesn't come along with it work. Now don't get it twisted, this doesn't ruin the league or anything, and you still have to make a choice for this relic among others, but while it might feel in one way this is giving us all something good, it's also taking away the potential trade-offs in some other regions. Last time I think Ruinous Powers did do something similar, but it was also such a new idea it felt a bit better. Anyways, that's all for this video, but I'll see you in the next reveal. Bye!